So, this is my Maytag Neptune. I have pushed in the door latch and tripped the sensor, the little switch for the door, with a folded up piece of paper just to wedge it in there. With the door being open, the water will come out and kind of splash because it's supposed to roll against the door and enter here. And so that was the door lock there. I'm using gain flings, a gain fling, gain fireworks, gain softener, and the cycle I'm on is quick, cotton sturdy quick. Oh, excuse me, it's on hand wash. What the hell? Let's set that to cotton sturdy quick. There, that's better. I didn't know it could change on the fly, but apparently it can. Anywho, this is filling right now, so I kind of have to have my hand here and kind of keep my drum clear of the spin drum. Keep my hand clear of it, excuse me. My apologies for the wind and the noise. This is West Texas, after all. It's set to use cold water because that's all I have outside is a garden hose. You can see where it enters in down there. Maytag's thing was it's supposed to enter down there so that it doesn't touch your clothes until it's the right temperature. Sorry, I had to get some water off of my screen. It's trying to play with the focus. I forget what they call that. I know LG has a term for that motion where it isn't tumbling, but it's rather trying to force detergent into the fabric through it. I've heard the proper term before, but I know what LG calls it. LG calls it filtration, and so this does that too. It's actually not stingy with water at all. It does use enough. Its auto sensing is actually really good. inside what's going on down there. That's the drain pump. Excuse me. This should be the part of the wash where bleach gets added in. Of course, I don't have any bleach in here, but you can see how it fills. It flushes out those containers there for both the softener and the bleach. Reorient myself here. You can see there's more water now. You can see there's actually quite a bit of water in here now. You can see, you know, you hear people complain all the time. Oh, they don't use enough water. Oh, they're trash. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. Well, I mean, that's enough. That's soaked. That'll do what you need it to do. You see, it's actually throwing some water now. The lady I had bought this machine from, she wanted $700 for it. She said, well, it was an $800 machine. And I said, yeah, when it was new 20 years ago almost. And so she let me run it a little, and it actually had it had the same bearing problem that like every Neptune gets. And so I found the actual automotive equivalent, and I replaced it with very nice stainless steel bearings. And to kill the mold that was inside of it, you can see the stains that the mold left. There's actually no mold on it anymore. It's clean. It's just so stained from all that mold on there. But I ran pull shock through it, and that killed the mold, because I'm actually quite allergic to mold. And so after that, I then pulled it apart, and I soaked this in bleach. The tub seal, I've soaked it in bleach. But you can see it does use quite a bit of water. This is an actual Maytag built Neptune, model number MAH5500BWW. And it was actually a Maytag built one. There are later Neptunes that were made by Samsung, and you can pretty much tell the difference between them pretty easily, because Maytag built Neptunes don't have a window on their door, whereas a Samsung does. And see, I personally thought that having no window on the door is quite a huge insult, because I mean, where is the fun in a front loader if you can't sit here and watch it splash? But I digress. It's still a good machine. It does a very good job. It's gotten all kinds of things out of my clothes, even though it's only using cold water and cheap detergent. Which I'm pretty sure Gain and Tide are the same thing, but don't tell anybody. Another thing, when I had bought it from that lady, she had said that it had a bad issue with this in here getting stopped up, and saying that it wouldn't drain, and I took the drain tube off of it. I don't know if you can see it, but that little green BB right there is what was clogging it. And so I just pushed it out with a screwdriver, and lo and behold, it worked again. It actually runs very quiet. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to shut up now and let you enjoy the rest of the wash cycle. We have 18 minutes on the timer. This is our first spin before rinse. "17 minutes on the timer now. approaching full spin. Now it's backing off, slowing down. We're about to begin rinse. Now you can hear the liquid in the balancing ring rushing around. And we're starting rinse. You can see how the softener's filling up. And it'll go down in where my hand is, which actually I'm going to hide behind the door because I don't actually really want all that green stuff all over my hands. Kind of makes it itchy. But once that's flushed out, it'll be alright. I may actually just help it along because for whatever reason, it kind of gums up and doesn't dissolve all the way when it, I don't know, I guess it's because it takes it so long to decide it wants to use softener, something like that. Like, I just rinsed this yesterday, and this is the first load I've done since then, but nonetheless, I don't know, maybe it's just a gain thing. I don't know, maybe Downy does it too. I've never tried Downy in this machine. See how it's tumbling in there still. I like the little Maytag badge. If I could find a shirt with that on it, that would be awesome. Now that all the softener's gone. Rinse my hand off. "15 minutes on the timer." It appears the wind's caught my door. Go ahead and pause and be right back. And we're back. It's quite neat to see the water coming through the drain holes on the tube, on the tub. helps is more of that filtration